Welcome, guys. We're here, the final hour. Nope, Amy, you are just in time. Welcome, Russ. Can you guys see me okay? Everything going good? Can you hear me? Welcome, Thunder Shield. Hey, James, good to see you. Hey, Himley. So, guys, I've been fighting a cold like the last week or so. So, the last few days I've had no voice. So it's starting to come back. But if I suddenly go all weird and squeaky or something, that's why. So please bear with my voice. I know, no weird hat filter today, right? I mean, I still have like this weird light thing shining down on my head, but um well, James, I mean, there's only so much Emily can do, and I decided to keep both of my feet. So yes, it absolutely is, Russ. Yep. So how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing good. Make sure everything's live on the page and everything. I think it is. Should be. Yep. Okay, so we're good to go on the page. And I think I pushed on Facebook. So, hey, Bashir, good to see ya. So, has it been 2 years yet? I mean, we're close, Russ. We're close. And time doesn't really exist in the other world. So maybe if you throw yourself, throw yourself at its mercies, maybe 2 years will pass quicker. Uh, Are we going for 4 hours of live stream today? I don't think my voice can take it, Russ. You would pay money for a movie poster sized DOW print. I'm going to guess you mean DOM print, Russ. But I mean, Dawn of War, whatever, that would be cool too. We actually have a few art prints that we sold at Gen Con. As well as a Dawn of Madness shirt. But I was hoping they were going to come back to me so I could get them to people. But oh, you mean that thing? Yeah, there you go. Maybe Dawn of whatever. DOW is the name of the next game. There you go. Yeah, the thing behind me is just a banner I ordered at Costco. Oh, cool, Thunder Shield. Glad you enjoyed that. Oh, honestly, Gabba Fun, we've been in the heavy work for quite a while, but yes, we're gonna jump right back into it. Nacho, good to see you, man. Okay, so Dawn of Wetness. Oh man, maybe we should rename Dawn of Madness Dawn of Moistness. How about that? I know that there have been a lot of comments about moistness in the comment section, so that might go well. Um, but yeah, so I mean, art prints might be a possibility at some point if people are interested. Yeah, promo T. Okay, so yes, Russ and Nacho, I'll get to your comment in just a sec because I see that there. They actually kind of tie together. Yes, indeed, Russ. The conversation is already heading downhill, and we just started 4 minutes ago. Oh, Cristiano! Oh, great to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. I mean, it was great having you in your Gabba Fun too, but okay, so PM. Once the PM opens, that PM means pledge manager, not PM AM, that sort of thing. But once the pledge manager opens, then people will be able to get in there, change their pledge levels, add add-ons, um, and do whatever else you want to do. So you'll be able to add faces in there, or any of the other add-ons. Now, if you pledged for something during the campaign, it's in the pledge manager that you're actually going to tell us what it is that you pledged for. So, so the if you pledged, like, say, an extra, I don't remember how much they are, 45, I think, for the Numina, then you would tell us in the pledge manager that you got the Numina and stuff like that. So, so that's how that would work. Oh, Thunder Shield is Sage Smith. Well, good to see you, man. Yes, I know exactly who you are, Sage. um, but anyways, so yes, it's going to be a pretty standard pledge manager. We're going to keep it open for as long as we can. We're probably going to use Backer Kit. I was talking with Roger about this the other day. Yeah, so Himley, we're going to run it as long as we can. Hey, Chodor, good to see ya. Okay, so in the PM, if we just need the new faces cards, where would that be annotated? Okay, so Russ, I think that we're probably going to have just like an option. Actually, no, that's not, well, maybe. So there's two ways we could do it. One way is we just import all of the info from the Deep Madness reprint campaign, and then that would tell us if you had it or not. The other thing we might do is we could make it a switch, like, do you need these cards or something like that? Or it could be just an add-on or something. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work yet, because I know there were some people who got it third party, and we want to make sure they get it too. But we'll figure all that out. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so I know, Nacho, so you were asking any new gameplays during PM using new rules. I hope so, Nacho. It will depend on how quickly we can get everything done. So like the new board, some of the new rules, that sort of stuff. The new board's probably going to be the biggest sticking spot. And then sorry guys, just lost my train of thought. That happens a lot. The new board's probably going to be a biggest sticking spot. After that, probably cards, world shards, probably. So it just depends how much we can get done during the pledge manager timeframe and how quickly they can get me all that stuff. Or maybe I can print it on my own. Or we'll have to see. We'll have to see what we can do. But my hope is that we'll at least be able to show some of the new mechanics and stuff while the pledge manager is open. So here's hoping. Okay. Let's, I know there's a bunch of comments here about the pledge manager. Okay, so James is wondering, how are the early backers' previous backer rewards going to work? Will they be automatic, or do we select them for $0? So James, I think that's going to be a little bit, it'll depend. So for the early backers, it'll be added to your pledge after the pledge manager. I can almost guarantee that. We'll go in, and everyone who was before 6,170, we will add that early backer reward to their order. So, and we'll clarify this all when the pledge manager goes live. But just saw GigX comment here. Hello, Byron. Hello, all. Please no 4 hours today. I don't think my voice could take 4 hours, GigX, so I think we're safe. or maybe it's Geek. I don't know. Let me know how's the best way to pronounce that. Okay, but James, back to your question. Then some of the other things, like the crossover packs, if you back at the Other World or the All-In, I believe there's just going to be an option in there saying, do you need these cards? Because a lot of people got Deep Madness secondhand. We want to make sure they still get their cards. So we're going to run on what I'm calling the honor system, where basically we just say, "Hey, do you guys need these?" And you can flip that switch or not. Um, so I'm pretty confident that's how that's going to work. As far as Faces of the Sphere, I'm not as sure about that one. I think that what they're hoping to do is just import the Deep Madness reprint backers. I do realize that maybe some people got Faces secondhand as well, though. So it's possible that there might be another way that we would do that. Um, so hopefully that helped answer your question there. Um, um, okay, so this is a good question from Matt the Damned. Oh, Matt. Anyways, um, hello, how much of the Kickstarter will be translated? Core box, expansions, and stretch goals? Yes, everything. Everything will be translated. So some of them will have specific translations, like the core box will have its own box that's like German, French, Spanish. Um, some of them are just going to have everything in one because it's just way cheaper for us to make it that way. So, like a lot of the add-ons are going to be that way. Um, Maybe some of the expansions. Um, but yes, everything will be translated. So hopefully that helps. Um, of course, no 4 hours. We plan on 5 plus. uh, um, okay, Chodor. Um, I I haven't got that info yet. I'm sorry to say. My coworkers are probably like just now waking up. Um, they here. Let me see if I can get word from them because I know that that's something people need. Um, but we live on the opposite sides of the world, so um, so let me see if I can get an answer from them on that. Okay. What if he blinks 24-hour stream? No. Zemfirian, thanks so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you for being with us and trusting us with this campaign and all that good stuff. Really appreciate you being here. Chris says, keep double-sided game board in mind. We will think about it, Chris. I don't know that there's going to be my original thought for the double-sided game board would be to have one side for the finale and the other side for just the other world. I don't know if that's going to be necessary at this point, but yes, I mean, anything's an option at this point. Sorry, I'm getting word back from Roger here, flipping back and forth. So hopefully I'll have that answer for you guys before too long. Dos de la Rosa, welcome, my friend. And Nacho, you bet. Glad I could hopefully do that for you. Ignacio, hey, this being a story-driven game, have you considered introducing some characters, name, story, whatever, linked to backers, as in names or something like that? Oh, I might be down for that, Ignacio. I will admit that had not crossed my mind, but I am totally down for that. Um, uh, huh. Let's put a pin in that one. That hmm. I really like both of your ideas here, Ignacio. You know what? In fact, I'm going to make a note of that. That's a really great idea. I really like that. Because I mean, you know, in Deep Madness, we had all of the nods to different characters or whatever from pop culture or horror movies or whatever. But um, Okay, let's okay, so I just saved that comment. That's a really good idea because, yeah, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot of those nods at this point, but yeah, doing that for backers, that might be really cool. Um, um, okay, I just zipped right by a question here. Okay, so Thunder Shield is saying, quick question for you. What's your personal favorite terror? Mine are Watchers. I love how distinct they feel. I love the Watchers, Thunder Shield. And I think you were Sage, right? I'm pretty sure you were Sage. If you're not Sage, I'm sorry. You might have been Cristiano. But in either case, um, um, yes, I love the Watchers. Now, if we're talking untethered or tethered terrors, because I also really love the symptoms. Let's see. I know I've got some symptoms around here someplace. Oh, I left the painted ones at home. Dang it. Um, got an unpainted one. Um, but yeah, I really love the symptoms. I love the Watchers are amazing. Um, I'm actually printing a couple of others too that are going to be really cool. Like for the actor one. Oh, the actor ones are fantastic. So I guess I don't know. I don't know which ones are my favorites. I mean, um, here's one of the Watchers. Um, Sorry guys, I still didn't get like a white piece of paper or whatever to put behind these. I apologize. I just completely spaced on that. Where did my other Watchers go? Got a bunch of them. Well, three of them. Hmm. Anyways, yeah. So I guess I don't know. I don't really know which one's my favorite. I like a bunch of them. Um, hey, Shark, welcome, my friend. Good to see ya. And you're welcome, James. I'm glad to answer what any questions I can. So, um, um, okay. So I just jumped. Sorry, I know I was just about to look at a comment from Russell here. Are you calling it a no-go on Italian translation or leaving the decision till the during the PM? I don't need it, but I know people are asking. So as of right now, we're nowhere near the place where we have enough people to go for the Italian translation, unfortunately. Now, if it changed during the pledge manager, I think we would reconsider at this point. But I also don't want to hold out false hope for people. So I don't want people to back saying, hey, you said we might unlock this in the pledge manager. Um, because we might. But the thing is, we would need so many more Italian backers. Like, uh, uh, sorry, just saw another comment come in. But we I don't want to give people false hope and saying it's going to happen, and have people pledge under false precedent or but I mean, I would still love to have it happen. It's just we would need literally hundreds more Italian backers to make it happen. So um, I guess that's kind of the answer. Um, if you're waiting for an Italian translation, I can't in good conscience tell you to keep going because I we would need a lot of people in the pledge manager in order to make that a reality. We're currently at like 158, and we need way more than that. Um, well, thank you, Shark. I appreciate that. Just saw your comment here. Great campaign. I will miss it for sure. Well, I mean, hey, we're not going anywhere. We've got 2 years to cover here, guys. So there's plenty of time for plenty more madness. So it will definitely slow down a little bit, at least on the communication end. But oh, Phil, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Um, uh, I was too busy playing Deep Madness to get on. Okay, we'll let it slide this time. um, Darth Veggie, good to see you. Welcome. Thanks for being here, my friend. Um, let's see. I dread to think what Byron would write about me after all the funny things we're talked about. Yes, Russ, you should worry. You definitely should. Okay. Um, Shoot, sorry guys. The comments jump, so I lose my place. Um, I don't know why they do that. It's really annoying. Um, just you still need to send with your hand at your knee. Yes. Okay. I mean, sure, you can if you want. Um, well, thank you, Ignacio. Just saw your contributed to the creation problem. Kudos to you, my friend, and to everyone on here. Okay, Sage, cool. I did remember correctly. Let's see here. Did I find my mongrels yet? No, I did not. They are still on the loose. I even scoured my house looking for them because I know I've got them. But I still have yet to find my mongrels. I don't know where they went to. I know that I was looking at them when I was writing the bios for them or naming them or something, but um, I don't know where they went. So no, unfortunately, I still do not have mongrels to show you guys. I was even thinking about printing some, but my yeah, it didn't happen either. So sorry guys, still no mongrels to show. But um so that's the image you want Byron to immortalize. uh, um Yeah, Ignacio, those are all really great ideas. We'll definitely see what we can do on that. So I really like those ideas. Um, uh, Numina is great. Yes, I agree, Dos de la Rosa. Numinas are great. Speaking of which, I do have a couple more to show you guys. So we can definitely take a look at those at some point during the live stream here. Um, Adam says, "What is the future going to be like for the Madness universe?" Um, well, Adam, we will probably have the reprint. Oh, and hi. um, we'll probably have the reprint sometime next year. That's looking pretty good. We're still working out what all would be in it, what sort of new stuff, that sort of thing. But we'll have that at some point next year. And then after that, um, we will have a game that is loosely tied into the Madness universe, though it will not be obvious at the outset how it is, and that is Celestial. And Celestial is going to come probably sometime next year. We are super, super hoping that it is not delayed till winter because this campaign has taught us that winter campaigns are um, different. um, but yeah, so Celestial, hopefully sometime next year, and then for the future of Madness in particular, like Deep Madness universe in particular, we're definitely considering a sequel to Deep Madness. And I've mentioned before, there'll be some hints of what that sequel may end up looking like in Shattered Seas, but only hints. So we're going to have to see how that all goes um, as we move forward there. But yes, so we're definitely looking towards the sequel to Deep Madness in the future as well. Um, let's see here. Oh, it just jumped again. That's so annoying. Um, sorry, guys. I'm way forward in the comments because it jumped so far. um, things seem nice and on topic at the moment. It's true. We are talking about the game, which is, I mean, doing pretty good for us at this point. You guys have totally not derailed me yet. It's really awesome. Um, oh, Amy says you should check Instagram when you have a moment. I definitely will, Amy. And if it is relating to a social stretch goal, I do intend to show a lot of the rest of them that we had come in because we had some really good ones come in. I just ran out of time before the end of the campaign to do that. But yes, there are some other really good ones that I'm hopefully going to show you guys in the coming days because they were really fun. Um, uh, Black Friday comment showdown was awesome during this campaign. Glad you enjoyed it, James. I will admit, I'm pretty sure that Thanksgiving Day was one of those. Hi, Stephen. Good to see you, man. I'm pretty sure Thanksgiving Days is one of those things that at the time was like um, uh, complete horror. It was right on target for this game, I guess. But I think it's one of those things that in the future I'll look back and be like, I was there Thanksgiving Day when we broke Kickstarter twice in a day. So yeah, I have a feeling that it will become like a war story in years to come. Something that is looked back on somewhat fondly, if only for all of the chaos it caused. um, um, apparently, my wife wants my hat. So, I guess we're coming off the rails, guys. Elvira, good to see ya. Welcome. I've seen you in the comments a few times, so great to see you on here. Oh, my fedora's coming back, and we're back on the rails. Woohoo! And the camera didn't turn orange or anything, so we're good to go. Um, um, okay, so let's see here. Um, Sphere has a hold on him. Well, I mean, does it, or do I have a hold on the sphere? um, okay. Secretly, I'm part of the Golden Bond testing to see if Byron is mad enough to go through the machine and link with the sphere. um, you had something printed last time but hadn't cleaned it. Ready for show tonight? Why, yes, I am, Himley. Why, yes, I am. Um, it is not, however, mongrels. I apologize about that, guys. Um, in fact, I just had prints finished too that I was so hoping to show you guys during the stream, but they finished like half an hour too late. But they literally just finished. You probably just heard the beep. Okay. Okay, Tobias. So you're asking, what level should I pledge? Until when can I upgrade in the pledge manager? Um, okay, so Tobias, do what is comfortable for you right now. I know a lot of people this time of year, um, it's crazy, and that's why we have so many $1 pledges right now. We literally have gone up over 1,000 backers in the last couple of days, but it's been like, you know, all $1 pledges because of the time of year. So So if you need to pledge a dollar, pledge a dollar. If you can pledge more, that's great. It certainly helps the campaign. Um, but if not, I completely understand. Um, but so once the pledge manager goes live, you'll be able to upgrade all the way till the end of the pledge manager. And we'll be using BackerKit with PayPal. So you will be able to pay using PayPal over time. A lot of times, BackerKit will just charge at the end of the pledge manager. But in this case, um, we'll have the PayPal option available. So if you want to pay it by, you'll be able to. So you could, in theory, upgrade to the core, pay for that. Upgrade to Otherworld, pay for that. Add some expansions, pay for that, and end up with a gameplay all in by the time you're done. So hopefully that helps answer that question a little bit. I don't know exactly how long the pledge manager is going to be open for. We're going to leave it open for at least several months. Um, I was talking to the team; they don't want to leave it open for too long because there have been because then we run the risk of people having credit card problems, but who pay just through BackerKit, not through PayPal. Um, but having said that, too, as people know from the Deep Madness reprint campaign, we got people into the Deep Madness reprint campaign or added stuff to their pledges right up until we started shipping stuff. Actually, no, after we started shipping stuff. So hopefully that helps. Um, well, very cool, Thunder Shield. Congrats on. I hope you have a good time playing Deep Madness with those folks. Um, Byron, quick, I'm wavering. Tell me how awesome and unmissable the actor and archaeologist are. Oh my gosh, they are awesome and unmissable. Okay, so first of all, I don't have some of the actors' minis are printing right now, or just finished printing, so I can't show those. But I can show you the ritual here, who combines in his final in his finale with all these pillars to make an even more powerful final boss. I mean, oh, to me, yes, I really love the stories for both of those campaigns or chapters. I really love everything about them, and the stage that the actor is going to have um, is a multi-part model as well. So like characters will go off and on it and stuff, depending how well you're doing in the finale. It's just going to be so cool. Plus, the actor is going to be one of those characters. There are two characters. There are two characters in the game who are arguably most characters have something really good and redeeming about them. Linus has some really great qualities. Emily has some really great qualities. Claude has some fantastic qualities. Edward's story is going to be heartbreaking. But then there are two characters who are just kind of I don't want to say unredeemably sleazy, but they certainly don't have other people's interests at heart. One of those two characters is the actor, which to me is going to make him way fun to write, and also going to be, I think, fun to play, especially for certain types of people. Uh, and the other one is Catherine. So, um, like Catherine, most characters or most wanderers, they don't want to deform into the malformations. They want to be a good person. Catherine's all for it. She's just like, yeah, give me that malformation level 3. I want to just clean the floor with everyone. So and and the actor is of a similar bent. If you've seen his minis, let's see. I know I've got painted ones here of his. But like He's standing on the back of another person in his final malformation, and that's totally him. That's like him from the very beginning. He's just so driven to achieve his glory and greatness, and to be known as the greatest of all actors, that he's willing to trample anyone who gets in his way. Where did his go? Oh, here we go. Here's his here's his final malformation. Um, Painted by Alejandro, aka Alex Prieto, who I highly recommend you check out on Instagram. I think he's on Facebook too. But yeah, so Carrie's just all about being the king, and he doesn't care who he tramples on to get there. So yeah. And let me know if you guys want to go more in detail on either of those two expansions, but I also know I'm way behind in comments here, so I'm going to try to catch up a little bit. Oh, Ignacio, so happy for you. Hope that gets to you okay and everything looks great. Okay. So Panagiotis, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name. I see you're looking for a reasonable offer on eBay. Um, we will have a reprint of Deep Madness. It's probably 85% certain at this point. So sometime next year. So if you can't find it on eBay, don't worry, you're not out of luck. We will have that next reprint. And it's possible we will have a standee version in that reprint, which I mean, it could potentially be our retail option for that. So fingers crossed, and let's see what happens there. Okay, so guys, this is breaking from our regularly scheduled comments. I just got word from Roger here. Well, actually, a few minutes ago, but I just didn't look at it till now. Regarding the all-in, our shipping partners can't give us a solid estimate for the all-in at the moment. However, the price is not going to increase by much. He says. His exact words were, "Is I'm not sure yet, but I can say that it won't increase too much." So we're not looking at double for the all-in or that sort of thing. So yay, that's really great. I do know that some of the add-ons, like if we end up doing the storage boxes, those will add a lot to shipping, which is still an option in the Pledge Manager. We could still make that happen. Also, the neoprene mat, that might cost some extra shipping as well, because it's big, first of all, and it has to be rolled in a tube. So that automatically could add to the shipping cost. But for just the all-in, it sounds like it's not going to be exorbitantly more. And we are going to be working as hard as we can to get that price as low as we can, obviously. So, because we know that, shipping is the bane of our existence, pretty much. There is no part of a campaign I hate worse than shipping. Both in charging it and in doing it. And in paying for it. Oh my gosh, I'm paying for it. Oh man, don't get me started on that. Yeah. No matter how bad the shipping costs are, I guarantee you they are still, we're still paying a huge chunk on it. So, but anyways, I'm totally off track here. So let's see here. I mean, I guess I'm not really off track, but I'm not looking at comments. So, let's see. Sorry, guys. Thanks, Blaster CA. Just saw your comment. Congrats on everything. Byron and Dimension Games getting gooder and gooder at this KS stuff. Man, maybe by like our 10th, we'll actually know what we're doing. No, probably not. I don't know. We'll see. I reckon I could survive Kadath, says Russell. Probably have a better chance with Byron and Phil on my team. You know it, man. Though I will say, Phil is probably going to be better at it than me, to be perfectly honest. Phil is like, the only person I know who's better at Deep Madness than Phil, I think, might be Roger, the game designer. But anyways, I digress. Didn't know we did human sacrifice. Man, I missed a comment somewhere. um, Phil says, this is a good question. I forgot to ask, where's the link to Reagan, Wait, and Dawn of Madness? Well, so we weren't able to link Reagan in as much as I wanted to during the campaign. Because, man, I would love to link Reagan in. So there's a couple ways it could happen. It could be Easter eggs in the story. Actually, I could guarantee there are Easter eggs in the story because I've already written some of them in. But what I would love to do at some point is a Reagan chapter. I don't know if it would be a full chapter, if it'd be a normal chapter, or what, but I would love to do a Reagan chapter. Like have it be like almost like a replacement finale or something. I'd love it so much. But so as of right now, we weren't able to work that into the campaign. This campaign was just too weird. So we'll have to see. But yes, Reagan will be in there to a certain degree, and she will definitely be showing up more in the future. I can pretty much guarantee it because she is an absolutely integral part of the Deep Madness universe. And if you don't know who Reagan is, go play Rise of Dagon expansion in Deep Madness, and it will change your views on everything. This is a good question. First of all, Mike Brown. Hi, Mike Brown. I don't know if I said hi to you before, but next of all, Russell is asking, will the detective stories maybe be a throwback to the noir period, drinking and going to glamorous bars and dark alleys? There's definitely going to be some noir in the detective story, Russ, like probably a lot. I'm really hoping to play with some noir tropes and kind of deconstruct some of that stuff and really mess with his mind through some of that noir stuff, like his whole view of being the hard-boiled detective, and then there's the with the chain smoking and all that stuff, and definitely there will be some of that in there. Always helps to have a couple people to sacrifice if needed. Lucas, you are right. We are actually at this point we are past 23 minutes, I think. 2:43. How much longer do we got? Let's take a look. I should probably look at the campaign page every once in a while. Holy crud, 16 minutes. All right. Oh man, guys, do you think we'll make it to 2:6 or 12:60? We are so close right now. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We've got 16 minutes to do it. And we need. It just went the wrong way. Oh well. Maybe not. I'm thinking we might not make it to 12:60. Oh well. Anyways. More details on the 2 expansions. Okay, I will do that, Jay. Remind me in a minute, but first of all, I want to catch up on some more of these comments because I really want to try to catch up as much as I can. One sec here, guys. How would someone get an opportunity to paint one of those minis for y'all? Send us an email, Pathius. You could send an email to me. I'll type my email into the if I can write. I'm the writer, right? I should be able to write a simple email address. Okay, so I just put that down there. So you could send me a message. You could also send probably just me, and then I'll forward it to whoever needs to see it. Hopefully. I've been really bad with the emails recently. So if anyone has emailed me, like here's looking at you, Jim, or anyone else, I don't think Jim's on here actually right now, but sorry guys, I'll get back to you, promise. Um, okay. Oh, you guys, you went from talking about survival of the fittest to sneakiest to stinkiest. The showering is overrated. Man, Himley, I feel you on that. uh, okay, anyways. So shipping costs equal goodwill account. Yeah, sure. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but yes. um, know what he's doing? That doesn't seem likely, says Russ. I'm guessing this is related to Phil. Oh, Russ, I'm so glad to hear that. I just saw your message. That the shipping update DM is coming in today. Woo! So glad to hear that, my friend. Congrats. Oh, this shipping process, like I said, shipping just sucks. I hate it. uh, I hate seeing all the messages from people saying, "Hey, I don't have all my stuff," or not because I hate hearing from you guys, but just I hate that you don't. I hate that you have to write it. Um, keep reading. He's got reasons why he'd survive. um, okay, Panagiot. I'm so sorry, Panagiotis. Um, just saw your question here. Uh, yes, so DM reprint, but then shipping for this one, it ships from the US. No, it will not. So it's actually going to ship from the factories in China, and then we'll ship to a bunch of different hubs. Um, so the we are going to be friendly to a bunch of different areas. I feel like we put on the camp page somewhere all the different places that we're friendly to, um, or that we're planning on being friendly to. One sec here, let me double check. Okay, yes. So we are planning to be customs friendly to the EU, the US, Canada, Australia, the UK, and China. Um, So we're going to ship from all of those countries, it sounds like. So, oh goodness, I just saw this here. Okay, rewards for the EU, US, Canada, Australia, UK, and China will ship from within these countries. I could be wrong about this, guys, but this could finally be our answer for Canada shipping. I don't know. Oh, I feel so bad for you Canadians in our last two campaigns. It's been so rough. But yes, so it sounds like we hopefully have all of you guys covered there. But they will not ship from the US. That would just be an extra trip that your game doesn't need to make. So they'll ship directly from the factories to you guys, or rather to the hubs where they'll be put together and then shipped out to you guys. Um, okay, so let's see here. Reagan Weight Wander. Oh man, I would love it. Oh, or yeah, there's so many options there. Um, Reagan chapter could be a good idea for a demonstration game. Oh, Blaster. That could be really cool. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's a great idea. I love it. Um, okay, let's see here. What would you feed the spider lady if you woke up and found her hanging above your bed, sneering and smiling at you in the dark? Well, William, that is a great question. My initial thought probably was not real PC. So, Pop Tart, maybe? Oh, Marquis. Well, the important thing is that you are here now, my friend, and that's what counts. I just saw your comment that you're saddened we did not wait for you. um, uh, so, um, Yes, that's a great question. I'm not exactly sure what I would feed Spider Lady if she dropped into the corner of my room, while I was waiting for her, or when I woke up one morning. Um, but yep, she. I'm sure she'd eat something before she left. um, I'm the one who makes the universe weird. Well, thanks, Russell. You planning on writing any more DM or Dom books? Says Himley. Well, technically, I mean, I'm going to be writing like 8 of them for Dawn of Madness. But as far as like actual standalone books, I'm sure I will at some point. Um, and then we're also talking about maybe doing some celestial books to kind of further that storyline and stuff, which could be epic. I mean, they could. Oh my gosh, those could be amazing if we could do those. Um, uh, but yeah, um, yeah. I'm sure that there will be more books in the future after Shattered Seas, not including all of the books included in Dawn of Madness. Though I will admit that will keep me busy for a while. um, oh no, just jumped again. Other than reprints, what's in the works for future games and crossover games? Um, um, we've got a ton. Well, and actually, I think I mentioned this a little bit earlier, Mike, but maybe you weren't with us. So we've got a future Deep Madness in the works. We've got Celestial in the works. Um, we've got lots of different stuff in the works. So we'll just have to see where it all goes and what all comes to plan and fruition. And here's hoping that we can still do the Deep Madness RPG at some time. I would love to do that. I haven't heard anything about that recently, so at this point, I have no clue what the schedule is on it. But um, um, okay, so Himley says shipping cost. You talked about DG having to pay a chunk of it. Yeah, so in both of our previous campaigns, we ended up paying a good chunk of shipping for people. I mean, people might be shocked at that to hear when the shipping costs were so high, but yeah, they were definitely still. Oh, what's the word? There's a word for it, but yeah, we definitely paid a big chunk of shipping in both of those, including like one one shipping company. They were like, "Oh, here's your final invoice," and we were like, "This is like $25,000 more than we said we were going to pay," and they were like, "Oh, sorry." So, yeah, we definitely help out on shipping costs as much as we can and cover a lot of that. So, um, yep. Oh, good to hear it, Russ. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Yeah, that sucks. Shipping sucks. Anyways, um, oh, Bucket DE, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks for being with us in this campaign and for hanging out with us and trusting us, and we really appreciate it, my friend. Okay, what are we down to now, guys? What are we down to now? We've got 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Count them. Whew. That's that's a lot. Okay. Um. Oh, we passed 260. Sweet. Uh. Okay. Let's see here. So, how many of you guys currently, and I'll scroll down the comments to find this, how many of you guys are watching this on the Kickstarter campaign page? Because I don't want to, remove it if a bunch of you are watching it from there. Um, but having said that, if you're not watching it from there, I might go ahead and remove it so that it is. Don't feed my wife to the spider lady. No, Super Pope Lord, I wouldn't, Craig. I wouldn't feed her to the spider lady. um, Okay, so but let me know because I might, if people are watching it on Facebook or on YouTube, I might go ahead and cut it off of there so that I'm not permanently just at the top of that. Um, uh, Max, what's wrong, Max? What's wrong? Okay, so a lot of people are on YouTube. Okay, okay, Bashir is watching on the KS page. Um, okay, so guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the campaign page if no one really objects. So if you can go over to YouTube, please do so. Robert Levitt says 4 minutes. Woohoo! Duncan, you made it, man. Welcome. For those wondering, yes, Robert Levitt is my brother. Hello, brother. um, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove it real fast. Um, yes, so I'm, yes. Robert says, remove it now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it, guys. And so if you're watching this on the campaign page, go over to YouTube now. Thanks. Because it is now officially removed from the campaign page. And now people aren't going to have to look at that ugly picture of me holding up 2 minis every time they come to our campaign page in the next few years. Okay, so, and maybe if you don't refresh the page, maybe it won't go away. I'm not sure, but in any case, move over. Anyways, okay, so we've got 3 minutes now, guys. Count them 3. 2 minutes. Oh, man. Okay, this is it, guys. We are so close. Who get it chills, right? Got any more of them new minis? Well, of course I do, Russ. Of course I do. But I can't show them to you yet. Do I have a happy dance ready? But then you couldn't see me. You would just see like my torso, Duncan. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can do both this and the campaign page in one window. Let's see if I can do it. 115 seconds. Oh, guys, 110 seconds. Oh, I can. I just can't see your comments. Why can I see me but not your comments? Okay, well, we will return to comments in 94 seconds, I guess. 91, 90, 89. How do I get comments? That's weird. I don't care about seeing me. I want to see your comments. 74, 73, 72, 71. Okay, everyone, do you have a drink ready? I will admit, I have a very nice partially drinking Starbucks tea from yesterday. So I guess this is my beverage of choice. Don't judge me. 40 seconds. 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's Donna Madness, everyone. And the fireworks go off, and we all go, woo! Yeah! Woo! That's the campaign, guys. That is the campaign. Wait, it didn't save it? No! Please tell me that's wrong. Uh-oh. I think I just permanently saved the... No, I didn't. Okay, great. I thought the YouTube video was permanently on the campaign page. Nope. Okay, it's off. We're good. All right. That is it, guys. That's the dumbass campaign. Oh, yeah, I was supposed to drink. Woo! All right. Woo! Bum, 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 bum. Get to the chopper. Okay, now going back through all of the comments here that I missed. Start on the next Kickstarter. We're getting there, Matt. We're getting there. Give us a week at least, okay? This one has been kind of a this one has been crazy, to say the least. I'm still undecided if the game is for me. Well, Marquis, at this point, too late, my friend. So, look at 288. Only joking. Too cruel. Oh, guys, that's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much, all of you. Thank you for being a part of this campaign. Thank you for trusting us. Thank you for backing Dawn of Madness. Thank you for being with us on this insane, wild, crazy, madcap ride that I think people can safely say has been a little bit unlike just about any other Kickstarter they've ever been a part of. I know it has been for me. Oh my goodness. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. We couldn't have done this without you guys. You are Dawn of Madness. You are the drink. There. You are Dimension Games. And we thank you. So thank you for being a part of this. Ignacio, thank you. Thank you for backing us as your first all in. That is awesome, man. Thank you. 700 days to wait now. Marky. Way to keep us on a time schedule. The mother-in-law is now asking her daughter where she found Byron. And then Robert is saying, does this game come with 1-day Prime shipping? I'm hoping to have it by Christmas. Well, you can keep hoping, Robert. I won't burst your dreams yet. Bjorn, I am also looking forward to the pledge managers. Thanks. Okay, well, this seems like a really good time to celebrate. Our lives depend on you now. I'll see what I can do, Marky. Philip says, strangest KS I've ever been in. Right there with you, buddy. Russ, thank you, Russ. Appreciate that, my friend. See you next Black Friday. Oh, please, God, no. Blaster CA. My goal is to not ever do a campaign like this again, but we'll see. Anyways, question 1954. I don't know how to copy and paste. Oh, Gamma Fun. I don't know how to get to 1954. Sorry, man. If you could rewrite it, that would be fantastic. Sorry, though. It's difficult for me to read the comments stuck in a water tank. It's true, it is. especially if you accidentally drop the computer into the comment or into the water tank, not into the comments, then you would, electrocute yourself. So that would be sad. You can't sleep yet, Phil. He has a novel to write. Dang straight, Russ. Dang straight. um, okay, Phil, I think has an actual question. Uh, or maybe not. Think this got lost in the sea of comments, but if you was in deep madness, what would you be, and how could you rate your survival chances? Bad. Let's just be honest. My survival chances would be crap. What would I be? I would probably be. I mean, I would definitely be a wanderer, or not wanderer, investigator, whichever one, whichever of our games it is. um, I would be an investigator. I would probably be closest to uh, Lucas Kane, but Charles is also up there for me. Um, as is Samuel Smith, but obviously I'm the wrong color for Samuel Smith. Uh, but so I would be a conglomeration of those three, as well as maybe Ward Phillips, and I would die. It's pretty much a for sure bet. I would like throw someone towards the nearest towards the nearest hatch and then sacrifice myself. So I would die epically, probably disemboweled, but I would die epically. Okay. What would I do different next campaign? I would not have it at Christmas time, Darth Veggie. That is a huge one I would not do. Gigak Storm is cutting my connection. Is it over? Did we win? We did win, Gigak. We did indeed. Sari, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Or sorry, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. um, now the Grim Reaper will come for your wallet. Absolutely, Elvira. That is absolutely the case. um, Bashir, any video plan during updates to show the new features and board with gameplay? Maybe I will do that as soon as I can, Bashir. It might take some time because obviously we have to make all that stuff. We have to make the new board. We have to make the world shards. We have to make all that. But my goal is to have videos about that and those new changes as we develop them. So yes, hopefully so. If I have anything to say about it, we will. Looking forward to more games with some proper surreal horror. It's such a difficult feeling to capture. I sincerely hope we'll be able to capture that for you, Panagiatis. uh, my goal is definitely to capture that, especially the surreal part. I sense a disturbance in the force, as if 1,000 Wallace just cried out in anguish. Steven, you are absolutely correct, man. Time to write in a fedora wearing corpse into the mini campaign then. Yep, there you go, Phil. um, would I rather be in Kadath or be put into the Dom machine? In either case, are my chances real good, so it really doesn't matter. um, I mean, I suppose there's a slightly higher chance of escape in Kadath. No spoilers or anything. But so maybe that. um, okay, so Russ, since my DM is coming in today, what characters do you recommend I play first? Um, sorry, I just saw Marquis de Sang's comment. I'm rich. I have a MasterCard. Yep, you're rich right up until the point you hit that max limit, and then it says no more. um, anyways, I recommend. Depends which mission you're going to do first, Russ. But I'm going to guess you're going to do either the intro one that's in Profundum or the chapter one in the core book. For those, I would recommend first of all Charles Ryan because he does not exhaust oxygen, so he is especially um, in the intro chapter that's in Profundum. He's basically a cheat character. It's awesome. He's fantastic. So I highly recommend Charles Ryan. I recommend Samuel Smith. I recommend Randy Carter, both of which are in the core game. Isaac Clarke is really good. A lot of people really love Lisbeth. I haven't played with her as much, but a lot of people really love her. Um, and then let's see. Dr. Asimov. Roman Asimov is fantastic. He can do some really crazy stuff as soon as he gets a really great gun. Um, let's see who else. I mean, there's a ton of really great characters. Those are some really good ones to start with. For me, Charles Ryan is I pretty much always play with him because there's almost always water somewhere. But yeah, so and Phil would have some really great insights on that as well, I'm sure, because as I've said, Phil is pretty much like the expert Deep Madness player. um, uh, Phil Blake, are you going to write anything more scary than my wife's reaction to the money coming out about now? I don't know, Phil. I'm guessing that's probably pretty terrifying. uh, um, a playthrough wearing a gimp suit and bulk. Marky. That would be an interesting playthrough. I will grant you. That would be an interesting playthrough. Bashir, of course, at your pace, just want to know if it was foreseen. Um, thanks, Bashir. Appreciate that, man. It has been a weird campaign. You're absolutely right. Will it be possible to buy the mat after? Absolutely, Nick. Definitely. Um, the mat will definitely be available in the Pledge Manager, and you will be able to add it there. Um, Gabafun. Oh yeah. Okay. So I forwarded that to my team. So I don't handle the shipping myself too much, Cristiano, but I did forward that to my team. So I'm really hoping that the answer is yes. Um, we'll have to see. They'll have to take a look at all that. But hopefully, yes. Hopefully, we'll be able to get that up and running for everyone in your area to save on some shipping costs. I did forward that to the team, so we'll see what they have to say. I could easily see the abominations running away from your malformations in Dawn of Madness, considering how your imagination works. I'm like, you're not. I'm not stuck in this world with you. You're stuck in here with me. Run, rage, run. Okay, so Radislaw, congrats to you and the whole team. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. By the way, will you have video to know other members as well? Um, oh, you know, that's a great, that's a great question, Radislaw. So, each campaign, they're all okay. So the rest of my team basically, they don't like being in the spotlight. They don't like being in front of the camera, and they really just yeah. They far prefer being anonymous. So in each campaign, I write this section with bios for all of us. places for all of our pictures, stuff like that. And then somehow it always ends up not being on the campaign page. I don't know how that happens, but somehow that's always the case. That was the case in the reprint and in this one. So um, I actually also, when I was with Roger at Gen Con, I tried to I tried to make a video with the two of us, and that didn't happen somehow either. So, will we ever have one? I don't know. I hope so. But at the very least, maybe I'll be able to do like an update or something, introducing people to the rest of the team. Because you're absolutely right. Sometimes it does just feel like it's me and no more. But I assure you, there are more of us. But yeah, maybe I could, or maybe I could do like an interview with Roger or something. Yeah, because I would. You're right. You're absolutely right. Our team members feel kind of like ghosts sometimes. um. Uh, well, thank you. Sorry, or Sarah, whichever you prefer. I'm glad that Bastion sends his greetings too. And thank you for being with us from Chile. That's awesome. Um, I'm so glad you're excited. Thanks for being a part of this, you guys. Um, uh, so Elvira, that's a great question. She says, "I'm really curious how that horror is implemented in the storylines and how much their psyche influenced the Wanderer's malformations. Their psyches are the malformations. So uh, and their stories are also greatly influenced by their psyches. And that's one thing about this game. What you're seeing isn't necessarily what's real. So you're seeing a twisted, dark nightmare, fever dream version of events happening. So it's not necessarily even the truth. So you have to kind of determine through what you're doing. What the truth is and if you're even getting it at all. So that's a really cool thing about it. Um, I guess I left Emily's malformations at my house. Um, but Linus's, where are Linus? Here we go. Let's take a look at Linus's. So for instance, with Linus here, let's see, where's his other two? There's two. Um, where are you, Linus? Old chum. I'm not seeing my painted version, but I have a gray version. Um, but so like Linus, in his case, um, his wanderer, obviously. Um, but then Linus starts transforming, and this is so Linus's story is based on both his guilt at the things he's done, um, his kind of being disenfranchised with the organization he's in, and also burning things. That so then he's got his version 2 where he's starting to go kind of crazy here. If I can get to focus maybe. um and he's also kind of tied up to this wood stuff, so something not good is happening there, and he's gained a couple extra arms. He's also actively pulling apart his face. um then the next one, Linus is now burning. He has become a sacrifice. Um, and he's also started growing these nifty arms out of his back. He kind of had those in his second malformation, but now he's really got them. And then in his third malformation, Linus has gone completely crazy, and there's this creature popping out of his back. That is his final boss being manifested through his back. That is Eminent Glory. So let's see. So here is Eminent Glory, the mini here, which is one of my absolute favorite minis of the entire game. Um, but so they are intrinsically linked together. He discovers as his story goes on, and so yes, obviously, uh, there's a lot going on there with his character, and Eminent Glory, as well as his involvement in this cult, and his the overwhelming feelings of regret, and all that sort of thing that are overwhelming him. And the same goes for the detective. I've got his minis around here somewhere if people want to look at them. Um, and um, all sorts of things like that. You know what? Let's just take a look here. So, no minis all over the place. Um, see, here's the detective. One, two. Where's his other two forms? One sec here, guys. Sorry. Just dropped minis all over the place. Okay. Where are you, Claude? Oh, his Wanderer's at home. That's why I don't have it. See, do I have the unpainted version? I'm sure I have an unpainted version of him. Here we go. Okay. So you've got Claude. And you guys can't really see the cigar sticking out of the corner of his mouth there, but it's there. Then Claude is now carrying his coat, and he's looking a little the worse for wear, and he's starting to look a little bit like a hunchback. Part of Claude's story, which we'll go into in a deep dive later on, is that he's searching for his wife, his pregnant wife, who was about to give birth to their unborn child, who someone has, he thinks, kidnapped. So he goes to his hometown to try to find her. But the question is he going to find her? Did he do something to her? Which brings us to his next malformation, where suddenly his coat is a woman being dragged. And she's not only just dragging, but if you look, she's still alive. And she's doing something here, trying to either pull herself along or escape from him or something. But Claude is now becoming this horrific monstrosity, transforming. And then in the very last one, suddenly there are other things popping out of his body. Man, I wish this could focus. It's focusing on my hand just fine. Okay, here we go. Nope. Dang it. So he's got the gun now pointed at his head. He's still dragging the girl, but she's now she's now not quite as human as she was before. And there are other faces on him. So he actually has two faces here, and then he has all these other strange growths and stuff. And those are all coming from his psyche. It's not necessarily saying that he killed his wife, but at the same time, it's not necessarily saying he isn't. And he feels this sort of, I think maybe a feeling of terror that this might be the case, and that he might have actually done something really bad to her. And he feels like maybe this person who he pledged to protect forever, maybe he did, maybe this is his fault, or something like that. So yes, it's all very psychological and psyche influenced, and it runs that way throughout all of the stories too. The stories are all very well, they're all turned towards that particular wanderer. Uh, so like you're not going to get certain things in you're not going to get medical horror in other chapters apart from Emily's. You're not going to get some of the plant horror that you're going to get in Catherine's or butcher horror or that sort of thing. Uh, you're um, you're going to have a lot of like fear of cults and that sort of thing, and fear of burning in Linus's story, um, and and kind of so on and so forth. So hopefully that helps answer the questions. Um, hopefully that helps answer that. And I know I'm way behind in the comments, so let's try to catch up. Um, let's see here. I just jumped way far. Sorry to hear that, Gagek. Talk to you later, man. Hopefully you can see the replay better. Um, Anthony, welcome, my friend. Good to see you, man. Um, I'm concerned that Byron didn't say he owns a gimp suit and ball gag. I do not. I do not own a gimp suit or a ball gag. Sorry, guys. But you may now put those fears to rest. What is the estimated shipping month and year? Okay, so we are currently, I think the current estimate was October 2021 for the first wave. I'm not, I'm pretty sure that was the case. But if you look on your pledge on the campaign, it will tell you that, Logan. Um, um, you'd be surprised all the fun you can get with plastic wrap and drinking straws. This will be the longest wait of my life. I'm already turning mad. Marquis. Okay, so you guys want to see some miniatures. I see that from Sari slash Sarah's comment there. The rest of the team are just Byron's malformations. um, with Chauncey being the Pokemon of the team, you need to find cartoon alternatives for every other team member. So funny story, guys. This is totally off topic. Okay, guys, we're officially off the rails. Funny story. So, um, in China, a lot of the of Chinese folks choose an English name for themselves. So Roger did that. Um, he chose the name Roger for himself, and the he got the name from a serial killer that he saw on TV as a teenager. So don't get me wrong though, Roger's one of the nicest guys that I've ever met. But yes, he got his English name from a TV show serial killer. So if you think I'm messed up. Okay, anyways. uh, okay, so let's show you guys some minis. You guys have waited very patiently. Okay, so how about a gate? Here is Numina Gate. Which honestly, like, I've been looking at this thing and looking at this thing, and every time I look at it, I see new details on it. It is I mean, it's so weird, but at the same time, it is definitely one of my favorite models, I think. Like, it is just so bizarre. And if you look closely here, you'll see there's like a summoning portal and then stairs up to the gate, and then you can actually go through the gate. And if this is, I mean, yeah. So so yes, here is Numina Gate. Hope you guys like that one. I really like that one. And then I also was able to get spawns printed, or not spawns, lore, Numina lore. So here's Numina lore. So, and this one has a book up at the top here, and all these like hands grasping it and pushing it up. And then you've got these weird things and all these mouths all over it, and faces and tentacles just like sprouting out of random mouths and half faces, and Cthulhu's over here. And yeah, there's just a lot of weird, gooey stuff going on this model, and lots of hands. So lots of hands up here, and tentacles, lots of tentacles, um, lots of weird little teeth, gooey spots, and all sorts of stuff. So yes, here is Numina lore in all its weirdness. um, okay, so I'm gonna catch up on some more comments. Let me know if you guys want to see any other minis. Pretty much all the rest of them I think I've shown before, maybe. Um, but let me know if there's any minis specifically you haven't seen or that you want to see, apart from all the stuff that's over in the printer there or that I don't have, like the mongrels. Okay, I'm going to try to catch up on some comments here. Oh, I obviously missed a question from Nick about the pledge manager. It looks like Bashir answered you, but let me know if you still need help on that. Okay, so Gabafun, this is a good question. Regarding replayability, playing the same chapter with only one wanderer. So the thing about the replayability here, first of all, each encounter has at least 4 different paths you can go down. So, and you're never going back to those other paths during that chapter. Once an encounter's over, it's done with. You can't get back to it. So the next thing is, so you could play it the same way again if you wanted to, more or less. However, the order that you play them in is also very important, because other encounters will, or some encounters will impact other encounters, which is why you have the consequence tokens. So over here, you might make this decision, which is radically going to change this encounter. So if you had done this encounter first, then it would play out completely differently than how it would play out now. So now, because you have that consequence token on it there, the story has completely changed. It might not even be related to the same story anymore. In some cases, it still is, and it just expands on it. But yeah, so hopefully that helps answer that question a little bit. I think probably the maximum you're going to be able to get through in a game is 25%, and probably chances are good your most is going to be closer to, like, say 20% of the story that you're going to get each time you play through the game. Plus, on top of that, then you have also the realm encounters and the deep encounters, which are going to come in later as you're playing through the game too. So you might get to those deep encounters and realm encounters, you might not. And those things also are going to impact all the choices and also all the rest of the stuff. So hopefully that helps answer that question a little bit there too. Dawn of Madness is really all of Byron's dreams written down on paper. And notice I said dreams and not nightmares. It's funny you should say that, Russell. I actually very rarely remember my dreams. And I think part of the reason of that is because I get so much of this junk out during the day. Yeah. So, Phil, I just saw you would love to see some form of interview with Roger about how he came about with designing the games and scenarios. yeah, we try not to make cookie cutter in any way. So, um, yeah, I would love to do that too. And part of that is our team too, because like w- uh, the team all works together to with all throwing out different ideas and stuff. Wouldn't it be cool if we did this? What wouldn't it be cool if we did that over there? So there's a lot of wonder what Byron is like when drunk. I've never been drunk, Russ. Fun fact. So I don't even know. um, anyways, um, yeah. So I would love to do an interview with him about that stuff too. Oh crud! It just jumped again. Stupid. Um, Oh, okay. So GABA. Okay. So sorry, I'll finish the question here. Choosing different terrors, the game will feel different, right? Yes. So the abominations are going to make a major difference in your campaign, as are the terrors that come out, because the terrors are not going to be the same from any given game, at least most likely, unless you have all just the same terrors in your deck. Um, but the another huge change is going to come through the different abominations. Actually, probably maybe even a bigger change than just swapping out the different. What is happening? Linus would be good at stacking shelves. You're absolutely right. Uh, wow, I'm so far behind in the comments. We're talking about Linus. Okay. Anyways, um, yes, it will feel very different, depending on, especially the abominations, but the terrors as well. Um, Russ, I can totally see that with Eminent Glory. Absolutely, no question. About the Event Horizon drive. Um, I just saw reading the Tarot's comment about I need to stop smoking joints. I'm sure this must be normal. Absolutely. This is totally normal. Everything here is normal reading the tarot. uh oh yeah, that would be cool in South America, Sari. Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, well, I'm sure you're not seeing this Dos de la Rosa because I think you probably pieced out a long time ago. But just in case, thanks for being here and thanks for backing Dawn of Madness. And thanks for being a part of this crazy journey. So have a great day, my friend. We'll talk with you again soon. Um, okay, so let's see. I'm going to. Yeah, just saw your comment on Roger there. Yep. Russell. You have returned from walking the dog. Welcome back. Yes, Elvira, I agree with you. There's going to be all sorts of subconscious stuff going on in the game. So I think that's going to be really, really interesting, personally. Uh, yeah, yeah. Seeing how their subconscious minds play with everything and mess with everything, and how the other world takes it and reshapes it and malforms it. That's the malformations. uh, and that sort of thing. So yes, I'm very interested in that too. Um, have you ever considered getting any of these prototypes painted by a professional painter for the Kickstarter picks? Uh, most of my prototypes are printed like days before I show them to you, or in some cases, the day of. So, no. Now the team does have, which is why I have some of the painted ones, like family, because the team team does have resins printed, um, that then they have painted. Um, and that, that's a fairly normal practice, obviously. Um, that's why you have painted pictures in campaigns and that sort of stuff. It's just the resin proofs that are being made and then painted up by different pro painters. Um, but as far as like my 3D printed ones, these are pretty much just to show people. I mean, it's like, and also for me because I sit them on my table and I'm just like, yes, hello, ritual, and then I draw story inspiration from them and such. But yeah, I mean, it would be awesome, but I also think it would be pretty expensive. And I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll paint them myself at some point. uh, Finish printing menus and ship them to you. Well, who knows? Oops, sorry, guys. Well, who knows, Russ? Maybe I'll be able to do that. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, not all of them, but maybe one or two or something. Though I think shipping would probably be a problem. um, Numina Lore is your favorite. I recognize the art book at the top. I love that, Phil. That's awesome. Glad you like Numina Lore. I love Cosmos too, Thundershield. Like, I haven't shown Cosmos yet. This one, honestly, my two favorites are probably Cosmos and Creation. Creation is probably the biggest, though Cosmos is really close. Um, but though, having said that, I really love Gate too. I really love Gate. Oh, and I don't know. I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but all of his legs have kind of like a different malformed, deformed face on them and stuff. Like there's a kind of Cthulhu-ish head here and a weird bitey head here. And then this one is just like a gooey slavering bleh thing here. Yeah, so um yeah, I really love both of these. Um and then obviously, like I said, I really like Gate 2 a lot. Um okay, let's see here. Okay, so one thing regarding the stories, please don't be afraid to push some limits. Sometimes this is a horror game for 18 plus horror fans. So about the only things I won't touch, Gabafun, is sexual stuff. I've said that before, and I mean a certain level of it potentially, like saying Claude's story, might be necessary, but um, it's kind of like the one area that I'm there's that I won't really go towards. But apart from that, and then also I don't normally use a lot of like cuss words and stuff like that. I normally don't think they're necessary. Um, and there are more creative ways around using them a lot of the time, I feel. But apart from those things, pretty much everything else is on the table. um, it's like, hey, Mocha, good to see ya. um, but yeah, it's well, bonjour. Thank you for joining us, my friend. um, so apart from that, pretty much everything else is on the table. Um, all sorts of crazy stuff is in there, and I mentioned in another live stream. Uh, I am a dangerous person to tell me your deepest fears too. Like or or what triggers you, that sort of thing. Like some people say that certain things trigger them or whatever. Um, like some people said that having like black eyes triggers them, and I'm like, oh, but there's so many of those in this game. um, but another thing would be like Roger, the game designer, telling me he hates cockroaches. So now there's cockroaches all over the place in the game, just for Roger. um, but yeah, so basically, anytime someone tells me one of their fears or whatever, I will start taking notes, and then it'll end up somewhere in the game. so, so yes, there will definitely be some limits pushing stuff, just not so much in like the sadist sexual way, I guess. Um, what if you said? What if I said I had a deep-seated fear of fedoras? You know, I mean, my worst fear is ET. I'm not sure that one will make it into the game for copyright reasons, Ignacio. uh, but I don't know. I mean, a nightmare fedora could potentially happen, I suppose. Um, um, come to UK and you'll help with the drinking thing. Sounds good, Russ. No painting till after the novel. Fair enough. That is a fair thing to say right there. Um, sticky resin covered minis are fine to show us. There you go, right? uh, I try to clean up after myself. My new fear is Byron turning up at my door begging for help and protection from a real cult. Oh, Panagiotis, you have no clue. You have no clue because these cockroaches are not just normal cockroaches; these are like flesh-eating cockroaches too. Yeah, and there's a whole there's a whole hallway of them. Oh, Phil, that's a great question. So you're asking, yeah. And then there's the other story where where the cockroaches pour out from underneath the woman's skirt. Um, oh, earwigs. Oh, Phil, I have not put earwigs into the story. Thank you. Especially earwigs in ears. Oh, that could be amazing. Okay, have a great night, Ignacio. Thanks so much for being here and for hanging out with us, my friend. And thank you for backing Dawn of Madness and for being a part of this crazy ride. Have a great night, my friend. Um, but okay, so Phil, this was an actual comment. So I'll actually try and answer this one for you. Um, um, Robert E. Howard always remarked that writing was something he worked at, unless writing Conan the Barbarian, as he always felt he was in the room almost dictating. How is writing for Deep Madness? Oh, it depends. It really depends, Phil. So like sometimes it will just come instantly and I'll just know exactly what I'm writing. And sometimes it runs away from me and I have to chase it. um, but so yeah, it really depends. Um, but I have like a handy. Oh, it's not with me. It's one of the only times it's not in my pocket. I have this little like it's almost like a PDA thing. It has like a phone screen on the top and then like a keyboard on the bottom. And so I just bring that everywhere and I can write whenever, it happens to hit me. So That's really nice. Um, but well, good things. I like bugs. Good. Glad to hear it, Thunder Shield. um, but yeah, so it totally depends on the story, and it also depends on the story on that particular given day. um, and sometimes I can, bust through 12 pages in a day or whatever, and it's all good. But sometimes it's like two or three paragraphs is pushing it. but nope, I do not care to give you any spoilers for Shattered Seas. Oh, okay, okay, maybe a one. Okay. Oh man, I have to be so careful with this because I really don't want to spoil anything big. Okay. Okay, yes, I'll give you spoilers, Russ. Okay. Um first of all, there are going to be a number of characters that you are going to recognize coming into play, particularly in Lucas Kane's story. Because there's two different stories. There's Lucas Kane and then Connor and Connor's group, kind of running congruently to each other, or maybe not congruently, but they're both. One chapter will be Lucas, the next chapter is Connor, Lucas Connor, so on and so forth. Um, oh, Undershield, great questions. You're definitely going to encounter Hannah. You're definitely going to encounter Hannah because she's one of the Visages. So, anyways, um, sorry, I just totally skipped a Thunder Shield's comment and completely skipped yours, Russ. And then Phil says, spoiler, the sea gets shattered. um, okay, so one of the main characters in the book is one of my all-time favorites, Charles Ryan. There you go. That's a spoiler right there. Uh, and you are going to see a number of other characters popping up. Uh, man, I don't. One character who we have mentioned a number of times in this very live stream is also a fairly regular character in the book, at least later on. And then another character who makes investigators' lives very interesting, particularly around scenario 4, is also very much present in the book. Because Lucas's story takes place as Kadath is falling. So he's there from the very beginning of Kadath all the way to the very end. So hopefully that doesn't spoil too much, but maybe it did. That might have spoiled a lot, but I don't think it did. So we'll see. And then as far as Connor's story, that gets into way more spoilery stuff. Because, I mean, you guys know about so Phil, yes, I'm sure that we'll be able to do Lucas and probably Shattered Seas 2 in the next not Shattered Seas 2, but Shattered Seas as well. in the next reprint. So yes, I'm sure we'll be able to do that. But so then yeah, so Connor's story is way more spoilery, and I don't know how much I should say about his. Yeah, yes, you're absolutely right. I did not, Phil. I did not. Okay, anyways. Let's see, where was I? Oh, talking spoilers. I told you guys enough spoilers, I guess. Or did I? Let me know if you want more spoilers. Anyways, So some Hellraiser ideas and Silent Hill vibe, yes. So there's definitely Hellraiser in this game, Gabba, and there is definitely Silent Hill in this game, and there's definitely Evil Within. There's definitely Alan Wake, and I mean, we have a lot of influences, and they're definitely in here. So no worries. um, and I mean, a lot of the minis are, I mean, they're straight out of Hellraiser or Silent Hill. I mean, um, but yeah, for Shattered Seas too. Uh, any plans for an official soundtrack like DM got? I don't know at this point, Valo. And hi, I don't know if we've said hi yet, but I don't know if there's plans to be an official soundtrack or not at this point. Um, um, but maybe it depends. We have a very specific feel in mind for this game that we would love to capture in a soundtrack. Like we've talked about it a number of times. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Maybe in the PM. It's something we haven't talked about for a while, so I don't know. We'll have to see. Um, so Bashir, um, haven't received the novel yet and can't remember if it was supposed to be translated, but I guess it's not. It actually is being translated into French, German, and Spanish, I believe. Um, so yes, it will be translated. Um, Obviously, it's not yet, but it will be soon. So more than happy to read the novel chapters as you go. Please just send them over as you go. LOL. But then spoilers might get out, Russ. Okay, I will think about it. Okay, because I mean maybe I don't know. Maybe I can make an exception for you. Um, um, and I know there's a couple. Maybe I can say you're a proofreader. um, how old is the sphere and where did it come from? And any interest in doing game set in the time period it arrived? Oh, Phil, that is so spoilery. So spoilery. Um, the sphere is very old. And yes, there is a game coming that takes place in the time period it arrived. It actually takes place before it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm happy to sign an NDA. Yeah, for Shattered Seas. Oh, for my little tiny. Uh, because people are knocking down the doors to get out of that. Any reference to hard science? Somewhat, Bashir. I mean, I would say it's probably closer to pseudo silence than actually like hard science. But um, I'm there's definitely some in it. That's actually why Lucas became a marine biologist rather than a mathematician, because I'm much more comfortable talking about sea life than I am talking about math. So yes, there will be some science in it at least. Um, some people might not want it pointed out. Well, I guess he just did, so I'm not going to say it live, but yeah, he just did. Uh, um, all right. Any other minis or anything you guys want to see? So yeah, but I'm sure that we will make the art book as long as it needs to be to make the images look cool. So if you saw the original Deep Madness one, um, it'll be a little bit like that, except that the story segments are gone. But it's an oversized book, and if it doesn't fit in 200 pages, it doesn't fit in 200 pages. Um, but um, I think that we'll be able to get a lot of them in at a pretty good size, because we did in the Deep Madness book, and those were significantly that was a significantly smaller book. So, like coffee table book sized, or like the size of a coffee table, Russ? because you're very unspecific there in your comment. A whole coffee table. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, which is why I wasn't going to guarantee it. um, but yeah, so any other minis you guys want to see or anything? Um, or any other questions I can answer? I'm up for coffee table book size. Still not completely sure that we're talking about either or your choice. I can guarantee it will not be the size of a coffee table, but it may be the size of a coffee table book. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see what we can do with it. But I'm fairly confident that the images will be nice and that you will be able to make them out. Because even in the Deep Madness book, like I said, which is only like 100 pages long, there was some nice big full page ones and that sort of thing. Got any vivisections? I do have vivisections. I don't have painted ones, but I do have. I do have. I have some resin ones. Or I should. Where are you, vivisections? Where are you guys? Where, oh, where did the vivisections go? Ah, here we go. Okay. Here's one vivisection. Two. Where are you, prolapse? I am missing my prolapse. It's not something you hear in a live stream every day, right? Man, I know I've got a whole bunch of prolapses. That's also not something you hear every day on a live stream. Yeah, shoot, where'd he go? I thought I had a painted one of him. Oh well. Okay, so here's a couple of them at least. So we have Flare. This one's Flare. Ah, come on, focus. So Flare, and then Viscera. With his rib cage like a mouth and his long tail of goo. And another interesting thing about these guys too is if you look, they actually have no brains. Their heads are hollow. So that's something I felt it was interesting about the vivisections. All I say is I'm glad I have headphones on. That's awesome. Okay, so depression mini. Yeah, I did have a depression printed. Let me see if I can find it. I actually really love that model. Ah, here we go. Let's see. Are they printing out with the mongrels? No, I didn't get to print the mongrels. I was printing the clock and one of Carrie's terrors, and then a couple of other things, I think. But yeah, so okay. But here is one of the depressions. and it's hard to tell, and it's actually even hard to tell on here, but he has this face under here. And actually, if I'm remembering right, it changes on each one of the depressions. Um, like there's one where you can clearly see the face, and it's like this big grin. So, so that's interesting on these guys. And then there's obviously his final form where he has actually pulled his face apart and there's like a thing coming out at you. So I haven't gotten that one printed yet, but I think this is Depression Woe, if I'm remembering correctly. Um, he's got like this chain running down. Um, he's got all these weird arms coming out under his thing there, and he's got more arms coming out the back. So another thing is too, the guy who sculpted a lot of these loved insects, so a lot of them have like insect parts. Speaking of insects from earlier in the thing, they have like carapaces on them. Even like Twin Sister has a bunch of those. Um, oh, Mama's Boy, yeah, I've got Mama's Boy too. Is Byron finally losing it? Probably. um, I'm interested to know how the clock works and works in game, or looks. Um, I mean, I could go bring the built plate over, I guess. But it's, I mean, it technically is done printing. It's just, it's currently covered in all sorts of supports and goo and nastiness. um, oh, yeah, I do have root. Oh, and then I'll get Mama's Boy because I know someone asked for that a second ago too. So here's root. And yes, I love this mini too. Really love it. There's all the faces clustering around the head there. This weird thing in the back, and yeah. Trails of sticky resin. Here we go. Yeah. It's probably not a good idea. I was very disappointed when I saw that because last night when I put it in, it said it had 9 hours, and then the machine added several hours to it. So, oh well. Okay, Mama's Boy. Let me find Mama's Boy. Here we go. Here's Mama's Boy, even painted. Here you go. There's Mama's Boy. And if you look closely, you'll see Mama's Boy clutched right down here in the, which probably means that this is Mama herself. Oh, and this one goes very well with Birth. This one is Birth, which some of you guys have probably seen before, but so yep, this one goes very well with Birth. I don't know if you guys can make out exactly what's going on here. If you can't, I'm not going to tell you. But it's messed up. I'll give you that. Uh, yes, Mama's Boy definitely missed leg day. Um, oh, okay, let's see. Um, do you have, okay, so yeah, we did that one. Do you have ever read any actual historical stuff to aid with coming up with ideas like the Malleus Maleficarum? So I do research, Phil, especially, yeah, I do. Um, like all of Emily's. Okay, I think I'm back. Am I back? Can you guys hear me okay? Um, hopefully so. Okay, cool. Um, I don't know what just happened there, but okay. So, but yes, I do. Um, like all of Emily's treatments are real treatments that they actually did on people. So they actually did pour gasoline on people to get rid of lice. And people really did catch on fire from having gasoline poured on them to kill their lice. And they really did inject people with malaria in order to give them uh, such a huge fever that it would improve their mental state. And people really did basically waterboard people to and called it hydrotherapy um, as another treatment. So all of her treatments are real. And so yes, there's definitely some research that goes into a lot of that sort of different stuff. And I research a lot of different words and lots of different concepts and different organizations and stuff, which is why it's kind of funny that I never really knew Golden Dawn was an actual organization. Um, but yeah. So yes, in answer to your question, there is research involved. um, so Johnny says, here's a question. Many minis are awfully similar, especially malformations. Thus, they can be confusing to tell apart quickly. Is there any way to help tell them apart from one another more easily? Um, uh, it'll depend on if we're able to find a place to put the renders on cards or that sort of thing, Johnny. Because then you would be able to see exactly which mini goes with which card, that sort of thing. I don't know if that's going to happen or not because it's currently been removed from the current version, but it's something that I have been pushing for a while. So we'll have to see on that. But in theory, there will be a place where you will be able to see the render of the model and know exactly which model you're looking at. Or if not the render, then the actual model. So we'll have to see if that makes it into the final game or not. But I'm hoping it does. Oh man, yeah, the clockmaker ones would look great in bronze and silver and gold, and yeah, they definitely would. Um, some of those medical practices do still exist. Yes, they do. Um, and they definitely existed during the time that Emily would have been practicing, like during the 50s. Um, so yes, there's definitely some by inserting electrodes, brain activity. Oh my gosh, they simply wrote they screamed. Yes, malaria was. That was one of the things that was used for Anthony. You're right. Um, and then another one that they would do is they would put you in an insulin coma. They would inject you with so much insulin that you would go into a coma to take some of your symptoms away or whatnot. So yeah, there were all sorts of fun things that they used to do. And then of course there was the lobotomy where they actually knock out part of your brain with a toothpick, ice pick through your eye, or yeah, yeah. And if there's any children listening to this, sorry guys. Being so graphic there and that sort of thing. Uh, or trepanning where you put a hole in the top of the head. That was done for hundreds of years, I think. Um, so yeah, there are all sorts of good ones. And then of course electroshock, which has gotten more humane in more recent years, but used to not be quite so humane. Yes. I hear you, Bashir. Yeah, seriously, they were scary places. You pretty much went in them to die a lot of the time, but, um, in the old days, I mean, obviously, massively improved and then has gotten even better since, I hope, I think. Um, okay, and then Gabba says, "We'll have to leave soon. Just want to say big thank you for your time and patience to let you know that I'll not vanish from your email." Sounds great, Gabba. Well, thanks so much for hanging out um, and thanks for being a part of this game and a part of Deep Mad or Donna Madness. I'm starting to crack. Uh, um, so have a great rest of the day and bye for now. We'll talk with you later. And Panagiotis, I see you're heading out too. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a part of this. You guys are amazing. Um, and thank you. Thank you for trusting us with this game and thank you for being a part of this, guys. Um, see you in the next update. And in your cockroach fueled nightmares with earwigs. Don't forget the earwigs going in your ears. Yeah, yeah. So there you go, Thunder Shield. Yeah, trepanning is old, very, very old. But what's fascinating about it is that it's actually still like it was practiced up until like not too long ago. In fact, there's probably still areas of the world that still do it, um, which is kind of mind-boggling. Anyways, um, yeah. Um, so any other questions or comments or anything, guys? Or should we go ahead and call this? Because I see that some of us need to get to bed. Some of us probably need to get to work. Okay, one DM question. I'm a first KS backer and pledged everything new during the second KS in French. I just received an email saying my package is ready to be delivered. Anything translated already? Yeah, so Bashir, you should have all of the. Did you get the translation packs? If you got the translation packs, then yes, it should all be. All of DM is translated. It's just you need the translation packs to get that. So in Dawn of Madness, we're doing a little bit differently. We're not doing the translation packs because there's just too much. The translation packs would have been like $50. Um, but if you ordered the French translation pack, um, then you should get that. Um, so I don't have access to the first DM pledge manager, but you might not have gotten the translation packs. I'm kind of guessing you might not have because it was a separate purchase. It was an add-on that you had to get. Um, so if you backed everything in Madness, you might have missed it. Um, oh, just talking about the extra novel and sphere. Okay, 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 okay. Gotcha. Okay. Wasn't me, Phil. Wasn't me. Just saying. Just saying it wasn't me. Not that I wouldn't have approved it probably, but I'm just saying it wasn't me. uh, but um okay, so Gabba, that's a good question. Okay, so yes, so novel and sphere. The novel is not translated yet because it is not finished being written yet. A sphere, however, is. All of the different translations are in that box. So you have English, French, Spanish, Italian, and German in that box. And then the Profundum also has all that stuff in it. It has all the different language versions. And then, yeah, so yeah, if all you ordered was Faces of the Sphere in the reprint, then you will get that. Um, and then the novel later. Yes, later. You will not receive that one in your pledge. Um, but anything you got in the reprint was translated. Um, if it was from the first campaign, it was in a translation pack. If it was from the reprint, then it's just in the box for Profundum or Faces or whatever. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Um, okay, so Gabba, so you're saying how to recognize the figs, put their names on the bases. That would be a great idea in practice. The problem is that the bases are all separate from the figures and added later, and they are all there's only like 5 or 6 different ones. There might be like up to 10, but they're just variations on each other. So like, except for like Ritual, he's got his own base. Some of them have their own bases, but most of them have this cracked, textured um, base like this here. And these will be made out of ABS, so they will be a different material, I believe, and then attached to the figures. So because of that, they will be going by size, not by everyone has an individual customized base necessarily. Um, so that might not work. Plus, as you'll notice, they're all flat on the bottom. So there's not really, and they're also kind of skinny. Um, there's not really a place to write the name on them per se. But we'll figure something out there. Um, so anything else you guys want to see, or any other questions you guys have? Um, or um, or should we wrap this up and call it a day here, guys? Oh yeah, you could write with them on a yes, you could definitely write with a Sharpie or something like that, Anthony. Absolutely. If you needed to. Yeah. Okay. So Johnny asks, I'm aware that the game will be challenging and has very much variance between runs, but on a rough estimate, how many times would we win, get a good finale if I was to play the game, say 100 runs? That's a lot of runs, Johnny. Um, it okay, here's the thing about that though. A lot of that is going to depend on the choices you make. So, which ending you're going to get and that sort of thing. So, uh so if you choose the correct endings and then you roll well and that sort of thing and you're able to beat the tests and that sort of thing, you could get a good ending on the first try. It's just unlikely. It's much more likely that you're going to get the worst ending on the first go through, because those are more prevalent. And but it's entirely possible to get the good ending. And it's based entirely on your choices. It's just that often what seems like the best answer might not be the answer that you actually want, or the choice you want to make. And the other thing is too, sometimes the best answer is not the most fun answer. So there's that in there too. Um, uh, but if you wanted to play through all of the Wanderers, um, it would definitely you would probably strike out the first couple times, because you would make different choices or whatever. But probably by the third or fourth time, you would get the good ending. Um, so hopefully that helps. I would say 1 in 4 to maybe 1 in 8, somewhere around there. And then obviously there's the worst ending, which is the most likely one, but then there's also the best ending. But then in the middle there's also the pretty good ending, the kind of good ending, the so-so ending, and the world ending. So there's one that's going to specifically relate in each wanderer to kind of the other world, And then, which is kind of the weird one. It's kind of like it's kind of like the sphere symbol, where it's different than the others. But so you're going to, no matter what, you're going to get a very interesting ending, and even the worst ending. In some cases, for some wanderers, the worst ending might be the best ending, like for Catherine, as I mentioned before. She's totally fine becoming her third malformation or whatever. She's and rampaging around the board and that sort of thing. But yeah, so I would say probably a maximum of 1 in 8, you're going to get the good ending. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I would imagine that's the case. Um, oh, and then you're asking, is there a way to really die and totally fail a chapter? Yes and no. So early on in the campaign, no, you can't really. You cease to exist, but then you can come back. Now, when you come back, you will not be quite your full vigor. You will sometimes get withered cards. Sometimes you'll get different condition cards, showing that you did something really bad. You know, and it depends on the abomination in that particular game how you're going to cease to exist or not. Um, but then in the final chapter in the campaign, if you do not kill the abomination, you don't get an ending. So if the abomination lives till the end of that chapter, then you're screwed. That's it. Game over. In the finales, you can also, there's also then player death, essentially. So at that point, all bets are off. We are holding nothing back. And you are just good luck. Good luck. Because there is player elimination in the finales. um, but we didn't want you to get like 2 games in, then die, and then be like, oh my gosh, now I have to restart the whole stinking campaign. So instead, we're working in the conditions, we're working in the punishments, and it's certainly not good. You don't want to die, it's going to hurt you in the long run. But you also can come back from it in many circumstances. So hopefully that helps answer that question. Um, I get a cold shiver every time Byron stares directly at the camera. um, okay, Phil. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with us, my friend. Um, I love to add $20 for a special challenge coin. A special challenge coin. I uh, um, yeah, you bet, Johnny. Glad I could help you with that. No problem. Um, um, so, well, Phil, if you have to take off, my friend, thanks so much for stopping by, and thank you for being such a huge part of this game, and um, always active in the comments and everything, and in the live streams and everything. So, um, dying will hurt you in the long run. That's right. It just throws off everyone's day. Uh, um, so any other questions or anything, guys, or should we wrap this up? Or any other minis or anything you guys want to see that I haven't showed you guys yet? Um, you bet, Bashir. Thank you so much. Thanks for being with us from the start, and thanks for being so active in the comments, and for being a part of this game, and uh, thanks for trusting us. So you take care as well. Um, okay, guys. Well, if there's no other questions, and you feel free to answer that, or feel free to ask them again. Um, was a turn marker revealed at any point? Gary, I don't think so. That doesn't mean you're not getting one. That just means I don't know that the graphic ever got finished. I haven't seen it. I know that for sure. Um, So I don't think that we ever did reveal the turn marker, but it's coming. Promise. You'll get a turn marker because otherwise it makes no sense. Uh, okay, Anthony. Well, have a great night, my friend. Sleep well, and thanks so much for being such a huge part of Dawn of Madness and for trusting us and all that stuff. Has the game come yet? I mean, it's right around the corner, Thunder Shield, any day now. So just keep your eyes peeled. uh, okay, guys. Well, I'm thinking we're starting to putter out here. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up for everyone here. But thank you so much, everyone. I know I've said this a bunch of times, but um, as the normal and twisted Byron challenge coin. There you go. One, one side will be me, the other side will be me. uh, but okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna take off. I think so. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a part of this campaign and for being a part of this insane wild ride. And Roger, take note. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's studiously watching the live stream and writing down that we need a Byron challenge coin. But thanks, guys, and we'll talk with you again soon. Maybe we'll be able to do another one of these somewhere down the road. These lives are a ton of fun, so and maybe go over new gameplay mechanics or something. That would be awesome, and something I'd really enjoy doing. So we'll see. Maybe we can do something like that later on too, so we can stay connected and stay in touch and all that sort of stuff. So um, sounds good. So thanks, Russ. Thanks, Thunder Shield. Thanks, everyone who's still here. You guys are awesome. And thanks for once again being part of this game and sticking with us and trusting us and all that stuff. We wouldn't be here without you guys, and we really appreciate you all. So this is Byron with Dimension Games, signing off for now. Have a great rest of the day. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And talk with you again soon, my friends. Bye for now.